Hi friends, how are you doing today? Friends, I'm Anjali Gupta. I'm a coach of public speaking. I invite you all to the Anjali Show. My friends, all of those who do not know what the Anjali Show is all about, well, friends, it is all about you. Yes, my friends, if you are an influencer, entrepreneur, professional, speaker, coach, consultant, I'm sure you have a message to share with the world. And even if you are a common man, yes, my friends, I'm sure you have a lot of wisdom with you. You would like to come and share your message with the world on the Anjali Show. I invite all of you to come and share your message with the world on our show. How can you get in touch with me? Well, my friends, you can send us a message on the Anjali Show at gmail.com. You can join us on Facebook. The Anjali Show is the name of our Facebook group. You can join us. Alternatively, you can also send us a WhatsApp on my WhatsApp number 97178 and we will get in touch with you. As I said, my friends, we always keep on inviting new people to come and share their message with the world. Today, we have yet another eminent personality with us. His name is Mr. Achal Sharma. Let me just read out his bio to you, friends. Mr. Achal Sharma is a celebrated author, newspaper columnist, and a chief contributor of CorePeelers. CorePeelers, my friends, is a global WellTech organization located in the United States, India, Italy, Germany, and Australia. It is working to support people and organizations for achieving their holistic wellness. In his illustrious career, he has worked in leadership roles with organizations like Accenture and has been an astute consultant to various businesses globally. I welcome you on our show, The Anjali Show, Mr. Achal Sharma.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, Anjali, for inviting me on your show today. Very good evening to you and to your viewers.
Thank you so much. Good evening to you too. Friends, Mr. Achal Sharma is going to throw some light on the impact of pandemic on people and businesses. I'm sure there are a lot of questions that you have in mind about what is going to happen next, even though we have the COVID-19 vaccine still there, but there is a fear inside all of us. What is going to happen next? We have been able to come out of 2020, but 2021 is still there. So what is it that lies in store for us? Why don't we hear from the expert, from an expert like Mr. Achal Sharma? So Mr. Achal, I have a certain question for you. How do you think that this pandemic has affected people and their businesses? I would like to know if you could just throw some light for me and my viewers.
Thank you, Anjali, for this question. In fact, we all know that what this pandemic has actually given to us. Uh, Coming after 100 years, this pandemic has actually has attacked our life and our livelihood in all sense. Individuals have been affected, we all know. Jobs have been affected, we all know. And so are the businesses. So when we talk about all these changes, which have happened because of this lockdowns and stuff that has happened around, pandemic has actually given us a lot of pain in all areas. But also, not everything is negative. I would say that along with it, it has also given some good time with our family. It has made us learn to how to be frugal in our life, how to live a life which is, uh, full of just bare necessities that we have to work around. We just don't need to be lavish in terms of spending our money, and how to be careful with our life, our health, our money, and all of those things. So every coin has got two aspects, and so this pandemic has got two aspects as well. Aware on one side is taken away some of the things from ourselves. On the other side, it has definitely given us something which are more valuable in terms of living a life going forward. This pandemic, Anjali, has also given a big chance to us uh, for introspecting us in
Okay.
all senses, whether it be uh, you know in our workplace, or whether it be in our family life, whether it be our own self, it has given a fair chance to us to introspect in terms of to give a pause to our life where we were all running into that same rut, working around to earn profits or working around to make money. We were all running like machines. Thanks to this pandemic, in a way, it has given us that small little pause to just look into what is happening around us, what is happening within us. And probably this pause is like a very good breather, which prepares ourselves for the future where we are going to enter into.
Great. So, how do you think we can prepare ourselves to face these challenges in business and in personal life?
So I feel, sorry, you just, even if you stop technology, it just keeps bothering you.
It's
Sorry for
okay.
this. So,
It's okay.
yeah. So, on this particular thing, may I have your question again? Sorry, I'm really sorry for this
No,
disturbance,
it's
Anjali.
perfectly okay. My question is, how do you think people and businesses should prepare to cope up with these challenges?
Look, this is a time where, in every, event of life, Anjali, wherever we have this kind of a pause in life, uh, even if we are a sportsman or we are as individuals or we are as businessmen, whatever is happening in our life, whenever there's a pause, it's a time to reflect upon our own self, our own processes, our own world that we are living in, and then prepare for the future by consolidating and collaborating for the new era.
Okay.
Consolidating ourselves as individuals from within and living from the inside out, and working in terms of how we can consolidate our life in terms of our thoughts, our actions, our feelings, our own existence, for that matter. Why are we living? What are we living for? We need to ask these questions to ourselves, find answers, and probably consolidate ourselves in terms of how to move forward, set up a growth plan or a life plan moving forward. Same applies to businesses also. Businesses were not prepared for this pandemic, Anjali, and so were individuals. This pandemic has suddenly, stuck in our face by giving us many surprises in different ways. Technology has actually come up really big. So two big wins that have come out of this pandemic as that technology is going to play a very major role in our lives, whether it be it individuals or whether it be it businesses. We need to prepare ourselves for technology. Businesses needs to adapt technology, need to adapt their processes, need to accept, analyze, and of course, see what changes are required. So I probably normally in my most of my discussions I call it as 3A. We need to first accept. So these three areas: accept, analyze, and adapt. So we need to first, analyze, accept that we are into a situation and we need to change ourselves, because whatever life we were living till now, definitely the same is not going to continue in the future. So to accept that, analyze what needs to be changed, and adapt ourselves accordingly is something which is the need of the hour. And I have been consulting various businesses, Anjali, and I know we have been talking about how we can actually accept, analyze, and adapt to the future changes. What is exactly required for every individual or a business is very different from, you just cannot be generic in terms of one, you cannot have one rule to be applied to everyone.
Right.
So this is a chance to have that inner reflection and see what changes needs to be done. And probably I would say, along with these three A's, I would just recommend two things: that consolidate and collaborate. These are the times for consolidations and collaborations.
All right. Great. So, Achal, one curiosity, one question that just pops up in my mind is, what about those people who have lost their jobs? What can they do? If you could just share, could throw some light for some people who might have, lost their jobs. I think your inputs, your wisdom would be of great help to them as well.
As I shared with you, Anjali, this is a time for inner reflection. People, I would say people who've lost jobs from the age group of 40 to 55,
Mhm.
it's very difficult for them to get into the job again with the skills and capabilities that they had, because the skills and capabilities required in the new era post-pandemic will be very different from what we have been using till now. So either they upskill themselves is an opportunity for them to, if they have to look for jobs, or else people who are nearing their retirement or people who are plus 40. I know so many people who have been laid off and they have been looking to establish their own businesses and entrepreneurs. There was this first revolution, industrial revolution that happened after the pandemic, which was there. The Spanish flu, which happened in 1919, about 100 years back.
Right.
So with every pandemic or every such huge event that happens in the world, Anjali, there's always been a revolution. So then the industrial revolution came in after that. This is an era of self-empowerment, self-employment, and of course, technology coming up in a big way. There are multiple opportunities in technology. There are multiple opportunities in self-employment, which probably people are now going for. And this pandemic will actually take us to, and it will take a leapfrog growth to whatever we were doing earlier, both in terms of at the individual level or a business level. My suggestion to people who have lost jobs would be again those three things: accept the situation that you are into the situation, analyze what can be done, and perhaps adapt accordingly.
All right.
Simple way to put it is that uh, we all were born very powerful, Anjali. Unfortunately, because in this walking in this rut and in this race of earning profits and earning money, we have actually lost our true self. So getting connected with our true self and bringing the best out of us, money will follow. No worries, securities will follow, and the life that one would have lost in some years or some months back, probably it can be regained in a much better form because there are multiple opportunities which will flow in after this pandemic is over.
Wow, that is so, like, that is being so positive. So, friends, this is one thing that we understand from what Mr. Achal has shared with us, that we do not need to panic. It is the time of self introspection and self empowerment and the three A's that he has spoken about us. Think about it seriously, and I'm sure any one of you who's watching this particular video and has landed into a situation like this, you can help yourself. So, first of all, it is very important that we help ourselves before we go outside and do anything. So, my next question to you, Mr. Achal, is just a second. Yes, we believe that your company is doing some great efforts in bringing about this new normal to life. Could you share what is the uniqueness and what is it that you're contributing to this cause?
That's a very good question, Anjali. And in fact, something that I've been talking about is something that we are doing in our company. So we have a company and we have a foundation. Uh, uh, we are under our company. We've got various tools and technology related, software tools and programs where we are helping people to connect with their own self. As I shared with you, we were all born very powerful, Anjali, but in this journey of life to the adulthood, we have actually lost our main connection with our main core. And we help people to peel those layers which they've put upon themselves to connect back with their core and feel self-empowered. So once that happens and people feel self-empowered, I don't think there's anything else required after that. So people are connected with themselves. They know their way of, moving forward. They know how to move forward with. On the foundation bit, we are doing a lot of activities. We did when the pandemic just started in the month of April, May last year, we actually ran a global campaign where we help people in terms of people who were under stress and anxiety. We did free counseling sessions for them worldwide. And also we are working, I know the government had a focus on Atmanirbhar and self-empowerment and all that. Really kudos to a prime minister and the government that they had thought about it little early in terms of when this pandemic came up, and they thought about that this self-empowerment and self-employment is going to take a major role going forward. They started off various uh, programs for Atmanirbhar and all of that. I feel proud in saying this, Anjali, that our foundation actually started it even earlier than the government came up with this plan.
Wow, that's
Yes,
wonderful.
and we started a huge campaign on women empowerment, and we've got 5,000 women across the country who have registered for us.
Oh,
We are training them in terms of getting how to get self-employment, how to get all of that where they can stand on their own feet. Because we thought that this pandemic would definitely create a new workforce in our society, and we could foresee that the new workforce would be that women, which is now been working in the house, has got a big chance. Their family, their husbands have lost jobs during this pandemic. So they have actually come up, stood forward, and they are self-empowering themselves for self-employment. So we see that as a huge workforce coming up to feed the requirements of the corporate houses.
All right. So, just another question that pops up in my mind, Achal, is that, when you're talking about this thing, the women empowerment or any other such people can come and connect with you. I would like to understand, is it a mindset shift that you are focusing on, or are you actually giving them a kind of a business coaching?
No,
What
so
is it?
yeah. So in this case, our foundation is working them to, with an end-to-end support to them, right from making them aware of what business they can do in that particular area, because every geography has got their own area where they can actually suit the business. So we are helping them out in the, with the, and women have got certain limitations in terms of being the, taking care of the family and also working around. So we need to make sure that whatever employment they seek for is very much suitable in the geographical area that they're working in and they're living in. So we are helping them to find out the opportunities where they can actually come up and start their work on the first place, and also coaching them in terms of what may be required to stand up their business. Also helping them in terms of getting the funds from the government.
Okay.
So we are looking for an end-to-end kind of a support to them. We've got consultants who are helping them to put that end-to-end support for them, and that's what we are working at from the foundation point of view.
Okay. And
Again, on the
yeah.
businesses, we feel that businesses in India, the small and medium businesses in India, uh, they have no clue in terms of how to move forward with. They're
Yes.
grappling with the various issues that they are currently. So we are helping the business organizations also with the team that we have. We've got a very experienced team on the company side that we have. We are helping them to identify what is required for them to change and be prepared for the next level. So we are doing that bit of a consulting for them from the people, process, and technology standpoint. And we are helping them to stand up and prepare for the future in terms of whatever is required. So it's a holistic thing that we are looking at as of now. We are doing multiple things to help people to come out of this, I would say, individual or business traumas that they have gone into because of this pandemic, and hope to achieve our targets that we have. Targets in terms of not monetary targets, but targets in terms of helping people out.
I wish you all the best. You're doing a phenomenal job, Achal, you and your organization, the Foundation CorePeelers. I must say, you're doing a great service to humanity.
Thank you so much, Anjali. We definitely couldn't have done it alone. And thanks to people like you and other people who have been there associated with this organization and the thought process that is really pulling it off and helping the village people at different levels. Thank you so much.
Great. So, Achal, why don't you share a few final words of wisdom from your side for our viewers?
I don't know whether the words of wisdom, am I wise enough to share those words of wisdom, Anjali? But yes, I can say one thing, that this is a great time for people to actually introspect. Uh, Please do not lose this time. This is a great time to connect with yourself, bring out the best in you. Do not worry about what is happening outside. They are all external circumstances. They keep on changing. What doesn't change is the will that you have inside you. And what doesn't change is the core that you have inside you. So
Wow.
just connect with that core, and be prepared to face anything that comes in the future. I'm sure we all humans as a race are strong enough to deal with such kind of situations. Do not panic. Work with yourself, and you will find your own way out.
Great. Thank you so much, Achal, for sharing your words of wisdom. I'm sure, friends, all of you have understood that looking into the core, looking into your inner self is going to help you meet the challenges in life. So do not panic in any kind of circumstances, whatever you might face. Take support from organizations, from foundations like CorePeelers and your mentors around you. And know who can be a better mentor than Mr. Achal Sharma. Why don't you just get connected to him so that you can help yourself out? Figure out what is the way the organization can help you out, because we have resources around us. All we have to do is extend our hand, take their support to stand in front of our circumstances, in front of the challenging times that we face. So, friends, thank you so much, Achal ji, for joining us.
It was my pleasure, Anjali ji. Thank you very much, and look forward to connect with you. Thank you very much, and thanks
Sure.
to your viewers for listening it. I hope they
Thank
got
you.
something. Thank you.
So, friends, once again, I thank you, all of you, for joining us on the Anjali Show. In case you would like to come on our show, share your message with the world. My WhatsApp number is 971780032. The email ID is theanjalishow@gmail.com. On Facebook group, you can also get connected with us. And the Facebook group is also known as the Anjali Show at gmail.com. This is Anjali Gupta signing off from The Anjali Show for right now. I will be meeting you soon again with a new guest who will have a new message. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Achalji.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks very much.